speak about the US election, because we know that, I mean, this mixes in with the UFC as well, because last Wednesday, last Wednesday in America was the 20th of January, and but for us it was the 21st of January to watch the fights. However, in America, 20th of January was actually the inauguration day for Joe Biden. Were you surprised by the reaction?
No, not really. I mean, well, regardless of how you see the whole, regardless of what your political opinion is, right now, America has gone through a shift in politics. When that inauguration happened, like a lot of like celebrities, like sort of backed Biden. Like Jennifer Lopez was there, like Lady Gaga sang there, like John Legend was there. I don't know, a whole bunch of like celebrities sang there, and everyone was just sort of like super behind Biden. And there's been some changes now. You know what I mean? Just one thing that's really irritating me, like regardless of what your views are, identity politics just it's not something I like at all. It's not something I even like to hear about, because everyone's like, first female, half Asian, half black becomes first vice president. I'm like, oh, if Joe Biden dies and we finally have a woman president, I'm like, listen, I don't care what gender you are or what race you're from or what your background is. If you're put into a leadership position, I care about your qualities as a leader, and I care about what you're capable of, not the idea of this tokenism that, oh, just because she's a woman and a half black, that, oh, yeah, it's a historic day. No, that's not how we should define our leaders. Well, how we should define our leaders by the actions they take. And so far, since...
If she does a good job, she is a good vice president, and she's actually a good model for women and things like that, rather than being the first, because the first doesn't.
I hope that's the case.
Should be set at a high standard where women should be.
Well, it's weird because like since Joe Biden's been in place, taxes have gone up
quite a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot as well. And then there's that famous Bernie Sanders meme where he's like sitting cross-legged. Everyone's been talking about it. He's got these mittens. And while we were watching the fights, I showed you an Instagram page saying, "Oh, the women who made those mittens went out of business because of the because of the tax rate."
I think that was just a meme.
I don't know. Maybe it was fake.
I think that was just a meme, but it was just to say that like the tax are getting so high that a lot of businesses that already were struggling because of COVID, are even struggling even more and may go into bankruptcy because of the high taxes. It's not an appropriate time to put taxes up.
Yeah, it's not. And I again, look, Joe Biden, you won. Kamala Harris, you're in there. I congratulate both of you. But don't think I'm going to put this whole idea that, oh, yeah, you know, we got this first female first president, or Joe Biden's finally in there. It's just, it's a case of, okay, you got the job now. How well you're gonna do it, and don't be ready for the criticisms that's about to come, and hopefully you do it professionally. But I know that he's undoing a lot of the things that Trump's done.
No, that's just the way it is with any identity politics. A lot of them don't agree, and then they'll get that passed through Congress. But the thing is, I'm just hoping that, you know, America becomes a place of stability and their economy becomes a lot more stable, because America is not as important to us as it is the actual Americans, obviously.
Yeah.
But obviously, Australia needs its trading partners, which is one of the greatest trading partners we have is China and America, and it's really important that those two people are not affected incredibly greatly by the global pandemic. So I really hope that it starts to transition in a better way, because even in America and the UK, especially in the UK, COVID is fucking a lot of people. It's fucking up a lot of people's lives, and they're going into like a third lockdown in the UK. I really hope this COVID pandemic starts to get settled a lot. Well, it's better. I hope that it's worked around better.
Yeah. Well, what I've been told is, or what I've read about, is that 2021 will be damage control for the pandemic, and hopefully it might be eradicated by 2022.
Yeah.
Because there's still a lot of deaths right now. I mean, I think it's past 2 million.
Yes.
I think the deaths past 2 million. So, and a high majority. But then again, look, there's about 1 million arguments behind the death count. Oh, car crash, had COVID death. So, don't quote me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Trolls, get it the fuck out of the comments. But what I'm saying is, one thing I just want to finish up and hope on is that the issue with America is that it doesn't have a middle. You know what I mean? It doesn't. If it has a middle, it's a very, very slim middle between left and right. And
You mean like a middle ground?
Yeah. One thing I actually wish for Joe Biden is that he at least finds a way to establish a strong middle ground. You know what I mean? And a peace, because right now I don't think America's ever been this divided.
Yeah. And often when the people are divided, it's also because of a divided economy as well. Their economy has gone to shit, and usually when the American economy goes to shit, it follows with a lot of people that rely on them quite heavily. I really hope that it gets better with Australia as well, because we know that right where we are is pretty good right now. However, in the eastern states, not so good.
Yeah.
In the UK, where we have family, it's fucking shocking. They're in their third lockdown, and it's incredibly bad. So, and there's a lot of people dying. So I really hope that it starts to transition to a much better place. And I think 2021 will probably be damage control, maybe even half of 2022.
Yeah.
I would like to see by the end of 2022 we start to become just acting regularly, because if someone like coughs or sneezes right now, it's fucking ridiculous how many people go, he's got fucking COVID. Like, it's ridiculous.
Said it best, like coughing is the new M word.
It is. Everyone, exactly, couldn't have said it better. Like, everyone goes straight to look at you and like almost persecutes you with their fucking eyes. Like, it's mad. And it's even here in Perth, where, you know, COVID is fairly settled, there's still tons of people in quarantine. Yeah. The amount of people I like deliver as an Uber Eats driver to in quarantine, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's insane how many people are in quarantine. So it's never an easy option to go back to normal life, but I really hope that it starts to transition to there soon. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening to the full almost hour of the podcast. I hope you really enjoyed it with the number